I'm Regina McCann-Hess, president of Forge Wealth Management, and welcome to our Women in Wealth series. Today, we're going to talk about 529s, and we're specifically going to talk about 10 qualified 529 expenses. So there's a lot of rules when it comes to 529s, and you just have to be aware of how you're using them to make sure you're staying within the boundaries of the benefits. So we want to avoid paying unnecessary taxes on 529 withdrawals by sticking to qualified expenses. One of the main advantages of a 529 plan is the ability to grow your education savings tax-free. Those tax benefits also apply once you begin withdrawing from the account, as long as the funds are used towards eligible expenses. So that's what we have to be careful about. Since earnings on non-qualified tax withdrawals are taxed as ordinary income and may also be subject to a 10% federal income tax penalty, the following list of qualifying expenses can help you avoid paying unnecessary taxes and ensure you're using a hard-earned savings as efficiently as possible. So item number one is post-secondary education tuition, which we refer to as college. Regardless of the school your child chooses to attend, your 529 savings plan funds can be used towards tuition as long as the school is eligible for federal student aid. Now, the same is also true for graduate school and even some schools abroad. Item number two, living on or off campus. As long as your child is enrolled in a degree or certificate seeking program at least half time, room and board on campus is considered a qualified expense. For those living off campus, usually our upperclassmen, right? The cost of rent and utilities up to the school's allotment is considered qualified, but any amount above the allowance could be subject to taxes. Item number three, if your child is living off campus, food expenses up to the cost of an on-campus dining plan can be covered by 529 plans, but the tax advantage only applies to necessities. So it's best to confirm an exact figure with your child's school each year. Item number four, academic fees. Additional fees such as technology or lab fees are qualified expenses. Activity fees for sports or organizations, however, are not eligible. Item number five, books and supplies. In addition to textbooks and class-specific materials, school and office supplies such as notebooks, pens, pencils are also covered expenses. Item number six, the big question that everybody asks me, is computers. If the school doesn't supply your student with a laptop or desktop computer, purchasing one on your own is considered a qualified expense. Now, this benefit also extends to peripherals such as printers, although the younger kids don't really print too much. Item number seven, specialized software. Educational or professional software required to complete coursework also qualifies. For example, there could be design software which would be eligible for a student completing a graphic design degree. Item number eight, internet access. Internet access is a covered expense for students who live off campus. However, beware of bundling. Cable and phone costs may not be covered. Item number nine, K through 12 schooling. You can actually use up to $10,000 of funds per student each year towards private or religious kindergarten through 12 tuition in most states. Now, be sure to check if your state complies with this qualified expense. If using a 529 for kindergarten through 12th grade, it can only be used for tuition up to $10,000 per year. So just be careful about that as well. Item number 10, finally, right? Student loan repayment and apprenticeships. Now, in recent years, use of 529 funds has. All right, item number 10, student loan repayment and apprenticeships. In recent years, use of 529 funds has been expanded to include qualified student loan repayments. Now, with a maximum lifetime of up to $10,000, please don't forget that, as well as qualified apprenticeships and associated fees. 529 plans can be used for apprenticeship programs registered and certified with the Secretary of Labor under the National Apprenticeship Act. So let's summarize here. We have qualified tuition expenses that'll include colleges and universities, trade and vocational schools, apprenticeship programs, and kindergarten through 12th grade tuition. qualified education expenses could include tuition and fees, room and board, books, supplies, equipment, expenses for special needs, computers, software, and internet, and even student loans. So, our call to action today is make sure you're reviewing the qualified expense list for your 529 so that you're taking the proper amounts out and not paying that tax on it, and especially not paying any kind of penalty tax. So, we want to be aware of that. Thank you so much for joining me. Again, I'm Regina McCann-Hess, president of Forge Wealth Management. I am on Facebook and YouTube at Forge Wealth. My website is forgewealth.com. We're also now on Instagram at Forge Wealth Management, and on LinkedIn, I'm Regina McCann-Hess. Go make it a great day.